I decided to explore the old asylum on the edge of town. It was a sprawling, crumbling building with a reputation for being haunted. I'd heard stories about its eerie past and the things that went bump in the night, but I was drawn to the idea of seeing it in the daylight. I figured that the daylight would make it safer, less intimidating. I parked my car by the overgrown entrance and made my way inside through a broken door. Sunlight filtered through the dirty windows, casting long shadows that danced across the dusty floors. The silence was almost louder than the creaking of the floorboards under my feet. I wandered through empty hallways, lined with peeling wallpaper and rusting metal beds, each room a haunting reminder of the asylum's dark history. As I moved deeper into the building, I noticed something strange. The sunlight seemed to dim with each step I took, and the shadows grew longer. The air became colder, even though it was a warm day outside. I chalked it up to my imagination and continued exploring. I reached what seemed to be the main hall. The sunlight was now nearly gone, replaced by an unsettling twilight. I felt a shiver run down my spine. The air was heavy, almost as if it were pressing against me. In the dim light, I saw a movement out of the corner of my eye. I turned sharply, but there was nothing there. Suddenly, I was hit with the overwhelming sensation of being watched. The shadows seemed to shift and grow more menacing. I felt a cold breath on the back of my neck and turned quickly, only to find no one there. Panic set in as the moaning grew louder and more frantic. I turned to leave but found the corridor stretching impossibly long, the exit nowhere in sight. I stumbled back, my breaths coming in short gasps. The building seemed to pulse with a life of its own, the walls whispering secrets I couldn't understand. I finally made my way back to the main hall, where the sunlight had returned, but now it seemed weak and sickly. My skin crawled as I heard footsteps echoing behind me, but when I turned, there was no one there. I rushed to the exit, my heart pounding, and finally burst into the daylight. I looked back at the asylum, and for a moment, I thought I saw a dark figure watching me from the window. I didn't stop running until I was back at my car. As I drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror and could have sworn I saw a shadowy figure standing at the entrance, watching me leave. To this day, I can't explain what happened inside that asylum. Was it my imagination? Or was there something truly sinister lurking within those decaying walls?